Hello, Patriot fans. Hope you're enjoying the off-season. This is a special three-part episode of the Reporter Roundtable, our first of three episodes. I'm your host, Justin Antwell. We're running the three-man weave today. Joining me is Somerset Patriot beat writer from the Courier News, Home News Tribune, and MyCentralJersey.com, Mike Ashmore. And flanking me is Somerset's Director of Player Personnel and standout closer, John Hunton, who shattered the Atlantic League single-season record for most saves in one season last year, tallying 49, breaking the old record of 40. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Justin.
Great to be here.
Well, John, let's start with you. You look great. How was your winter ball session? You dropped a few pounds. How's the off-season thus far?
It was good. Cold. I'm not used to being here this early. Venezuela was good, went well. I left after the All-Star game early December, and I came home. So I've been relaxing, getting everything prepared for this year, and starting to sign guys.
Let's digest 2014 a little bit. You guys had a great season, decimated by injuries. Who were some players that stepped up?
One guy in particular was a guy that we didn't expect from. It was a guy that came in at a camp, Scott Kelly. He came out to try out. He was a guy that impressed us enough to bring him to camp, and then when we brought him to camp, he showed us enough, and we liked him enough to give him an opportunity to, play his first year of pro ball here, and he was outstanding for us. He comes to the field, works hard every day. We're expecting great things from him, hopefully in the future.
Middle of that lineup that you had last year was so impressive. I guess, what did you like that you saw out of that group?
I like the fact that we lost to different guys. So we had a lot of guys from injury, signing, whatever the case was. So those core guys that we had in the middle, we had the Montanez and the Donnie, and the Tuck leading it off, and the Corey Smith. Those four guys are obviously four of the main guys we had, and then you sprinkle in a guy like Ty Wright, Dominguez. Those guys kind of help out too. But offensively, the main guys that we had were key and big for us all year were Donahue and Smith.
Now let's talk a little bit more about Adam Donnie, because Patriot fans may remember this team went through 6 different catchers in 6 days at one point. What made Donnie have a renaissance 2014 season?
He had a great mentality coming into the season. He worked very hard in the off season. Last year showed. It showed his preparation towards 2014. His work ethic, what he did coming to the season. He broke down here and there a little, had some nagging injuries, but battled through it. He's always a grinder, and he always wants to be out there. But he trimmed down, and he looked good, and he was playing good, and he had a great year for us.
When you kind of look at that group that you were able to put together last year, I guess not being able to finish that off, I guess how much motivation is that for kind of trying to put together something better for this year?
As soon as the season was over last year, me and Brett looked at each other and he said, "Okay, we should have 2. So now we got to get our third, but it's really going to be our first." It hurt last year the way we lost and coming that far, and I feel that we improved from the year before. This year is going to be a new team, a new atmosphere in the clubhouse. We're going to have different guys, but we're going to have that same goal in mind. The goal every year is to win the championship. We didn't win it, but we still feel we had a great season. Unfortunately, it didn't happen the way we wanted at the end, but there was a lot of great things that happened. This year, I'm striving to get 100 wins for our team, and I'm looking for a championship. I'm pretty excited to get things going.
We can't wait to see what the team looks like in April. That concludes episode 1 of our 3-part Reporter Roundtable series. For Mike Ashmore of the Courier News, Home News Tribune, and MyCentralJersey.com, John Hunton, the Director of Player Personnel and standout closer, I'm your host, Justin Antwell. Thanks so much for watching exclusively on SPN.TV.
Hey, do you know where Dean from Fullerton is?
View our full inventory of new Ford cars and trucks online at Fullerton.com.